What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Nerdlocker podcast. Me and Patrick are here, but guess what? We found Cubby. Cubby's back.
Woohoo!
He finally quit playing Destiny, but that's because the Destiny 2 beta came out.
That's pretty awesome.
And we happen to wrangle him in for a podcast here. We're going to get into that later, though, because I know Patrick and Cubby could talk about that for, like, the rest of forever.
Yeah,
but we're going to start out with something we can also talk about for a long-ass time, is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Season premiere. What'd you guys think?
Pretty awesome.
First of all, let's talk about the metrics on this thing. They had like 12 million people watch it streaming, which is now the highest audience level or highest amount of streaming videos at once for like ever.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Which is HBO said it was 50% more than the season 6 premiere.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty freaking amazing. But speaking of amazing, that opening scene was holy shit. Arya's a badass.
Pretty intense. Pretty awesome. Like that's what we're expecting though from her.
Right. I mean, I didn't think she was going to go back and finish the job, though. At the end, I thought, okay, she just fed, Walter Frey, his kids, killed the dude, end of story. She's going to move on to her next target. Nope, she decided to make sure that everybody knew what exactly happened and how it happened. So you just get that message: don't fuck with the Starks.
Yeah, that shit was metal. Well, it's funny because we had a party here at the house, and when we were getting everything ready, I actually said to Cubby, I was like, "Do you think they're gonna start with a flashback?" So when they'd see it, I was like, "Oh, he's dead. So this is a flashback."
Right. That's what I thought too.
Like, oh shit, Brandon's right. Like in the way of like he totally called it. That's awesome. Not fuck Brandon for his opinions.
But well, it's funny because I'm like, oh shit, it's a flashback, and they speak in current tense, and I was like, oh my god, it's Arya.
Well, I originally when I saw that, I had originally thought we were going to see Lady Stoneheart.
I had fucking hoped so. God damn it.
Yeah,
They've
I do too.
Done a lot to not think about her, like not even have the like little hints towards her. Like I feel like that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. But I was holding out, hoping that maybe we'll see like the Red Wedding.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
She'll get tossed in the ditch, and then all that other shit would happen. But nope, it was just Arya with a mass murder.
Yeah.
I would say if they did pull that off with Lady Stoneheart, that'd be the greatest like spoiler hide ever. Right. Like forget Vader being Luke's dad. To not have Lady Stoneheart spoiled for everyone before it actually happens.
Right.
That would have been amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Because there's, I didn't even know who she was until I read the books, and I remember when I got to the part where she first gets like mentioned, I like ran to Cubby's room, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I know, she's so cool." Like,
yeah, she's a total badass in the book, and the situation with Brienne and her. I was kind of hoping for that, so I don't know how that's going to play out because, we still have the Brothers Without Banners, like trumping through the woods and shit, and you still have Brienne who's there to protect Sansa, but I mean she could go off somewhere too. I mean, outside of that, I mean you got to give it to him for that first opening scene was just like absolute jaw dropping.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you guys watch any of the behind the scenes stuff they usually do after a stream? They pretty much were not going to do that to start off, and they decided that was probably the best way to do it. And if they would have done something different, I don't think it would have hit as hard.
No way.
None of those scenes in that, unless they started with the Daenerys one, but then the end would have sucked.
Right.
Because that was the best.
Oh, that was so. There was the whole thing is that, like, because they didn't speak a word that entire time.
Yeah.
And then just finally, it's like, let's get to work. I'm like, oh god.
Like
She's about
everyone is just, what is she gonna say? Nothing.
nothing, not a word.
I
But I
like
mean,
too how when they're walking up, like you see, like Tyrion just knows like this is a big, moment, and even when was it Grey Worm
yeah,
tries to walk up, and she's like, no, 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 just let her have this. It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
that
her,
was cool.
it's her moment. Let her have it for
So
sure.
the Sam montage is one of the best montages ever.
Yeah, that was
Thoroughly
really good.
unsettled by it. But I think that I thought it was really well done because it really drove home the point of just how like
Miserable.
mundane and miserable he is. Like it's just like God, everything's blending together and it's disgusting, and this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Well, it's like a meme almost. You think your job sucks. It's like Sam can, and I know they did it on purpose the way they cut it together, but they
Yeah.
made it so that you couldn't tell the distinction between the bedpans and what you were eating. So, like Sam's gonna be a skinny bitch when he gets out of the fucking Citadel. He's gonna look like all the rest of the Maesters, like skinny as shit. You know,
It's not until you hit a castle that you get your chub back.
exactly.
You gotta get food then.
He goes
Yeah,
back to the north and he's like, "Oh my God, I miss this so much."
Yeah.
I miss eating horse meat. You know, but yeah, Sam's thing was dope too.
Yeah, the whole. I guess I don't pay attention to Twitter anymore. I guess Ed Sheeran's not on Twitter anymore because everyone
He deleted
freaked
it.
out about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I don't get it because you start off with something super dark. You have a couple other like Sam's parts, like it's
Cersei.
comedic, it's funny, but mostly like you're just trying to like get a little exposition on them, trying to show what's up, and then you have this little break of like the Lannisters aren't all bad.
Right.
You know, it's something that like we could use in today's world. Like just because the people that run the country doesn't mean the country's bad.
Right.
You know?
And that's a
And
good way of looking at it, man.
yeah,
That's
like
awesome.
I really like that they put that there, and it was a perfect place to put them to not like have it be stupid. I guess people thought it was stupid, but I thought it was fine. I thought it was great. He's a fan, she's a fan of him, and it was a surprise, and that's cool. Like, let them do whatever the hell they want. They're making a ton of money, whatever. It's gonna be a good show, and that was I thought a nice little break, a little like emotional. I can feel for these people because they have no choice. They literally have to do this.
Right.
Well, the
Yeah,
other
and
thing is, it's
and
not
then,
it's a
like,
recurring role, right? It's not like it's a recurring role. You did a cameo.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Not like Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran's going to be on the next 4 episodes. Fucking
yeah. No, that would be something else.
yeah. That I
Yeah.
would understand the hate, but
Well, the thing was is like I don't really pay attention to Twitter that much, but I have friends like texting me who know I'm like a hardcore Game of Thrones fan, and they're like Ed Sheeran, they're jumping the shark. I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. It's
Not
just,
even.
I mean, I was like, the show is dark as shit. We just had like Arya mass murder like 20 people, and then she's looking to cut down every Lannister soldier she sees, and she finally finds a couple that like, well, maybe they're not all bad. Maybe I don't have to kill everybody, because in that scene she's eyeing them up like, okay, I'm gonna have to kill these guys, and she's looking how far the swords are from them and all this other stuff.
Like they
So-
don't know. They're
Yeah,
not,
they don't-
They're not.
they don't know.
God, I can't remember any of the people that were fucking with her. The Tickler or any of those
Yeah,
dudes. They're not
yeah.
that crazy group of people. They're just farmers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who are just happen to be enlisted and stuff like that. Can we talk about how fucked up Cersei is though?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Ugh.
yeah, dude, like I do have to say that was the thing about that scene though, is like, what are you going to do? And she's like, I'm going to go kill the queen. Like she's just like, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing. And they think it's like they see her and she's this little girl, just
Yeah.
walking through the woods. And it's like, oh, that's hilarious. And she's like, haha, yeah, I'm going to do it though.
No, seriously.
Cersei's the worst.
No, Cersei's a goddamn bitch. I can't fucking stand her.
I think Jamie's gonna kill her. I don't think Arya's gonna kill her. I think Arya's might get messed up trying to kill her, but it's gonna be Jamie.
You think
Really?
so?
Oh yeah. The the whole fortune teller telling her watch out for your brother. That's the one thing you need to watch out.
That's
And
right.
she just figures it's Tyrion.
Yeah,
No, it's
Right.
Jamie. Jamie's gonna kill you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
that
At
would
this
be
point-
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, at this point, she's killed his family more than he's killed anyone else. Like, not anyone else, but like, she's done more damage to him than anyone else out there. And she's supposed to love him? Nah, man.
Well, you saw it on his face though when he's talking about we haven't talked about our son, and he's like a concerned, fucked up dad,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Well, he betrayed us," and he's like, "What? What do you?"
He's
What
a
do you-
kid. He was a sweetheart.
Yeah, he was like the nicest one out of all the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, absolutely. He was so nice that when he saw what his mom did, he fucking killed himself. He was
Right.
he's like, I can't believe that my mother would do this.
Right?
Like, this is bullshit. I hate all of it. Like,
Fuck
yeah.
my life.
yeah, exactly. It's, I mean, goddamn, dude, she's fucking ruthless. But I could kind of see that too. I think it would be a lot of fan service if Arya went in there and murdered her. So
Right.
I think Cubby's idea would probably throw people off a little bit because they'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. And then what's the other Greyjoy that came to?
Oh, you're on.
dude, he was just like, "Hey, dude, I got two working hands." Like,
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was like that was like, and I'm sorry for some reason the way he looked was like very much a hipster. Like if a hipster was a pirate,
Margera.
yeah,
Totally.
he's a
No, that was,
hipster pirate.
Because
Yeah,
you went upstairs to watch, and we were all downstairs, and I just all of a sudden I was like, "Holy shit! It looks like Bam Margera."
No, Nikki said, we were both kind of agreeing, like, he looks like he's just in an indie rock band. Like,
Yeah.
like he's a singer, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, his band's about stuff, and, like,
Yep.
we're cool.
Well,
Somebody took a picture of him and just posted and said, "Watch us Game of Thrones once." And I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly what you'd figured someone would look like after that." But
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'm going to cosplay as them
yeah,
from
like,
everything in my closet.
I got this sweet Lemmy beard. I'll just do some medieval shit and call it a day.
There you go.
The most heartbreaking part of the episode to me was Jorah, though. Like, I was not fucking ready for that.
Yeah.
And I hate, like, I liked him so much, and I hate to see that he's just, like, dying in some cell now. Like,
Oh
We'll
yeah.
see where
hoping
that
to
goes.
hear that, you know, Daenerys has fucking taken over or done anything. Like,
Well, so there's like little Easter eggs out there. You know, I don't know if you guys have looked at the little Easter egg videos and texts and Reddits and shit like that. But supposedly, like like when Sam's looking for the dragon glass, there is some verbiage in the book saying that dragon glass is the cure for the
what?
the stone scale or whatever the term is.
Grayscale?
Grayscale.
Damn, I didn't see that. I need to
So-
rewatch that episode.
Yeah, so there's that, and there was a reference that dagger. The best Easter egg I saw was
yeah.
the dagger was the one they used to try to kill Brennan the first time.
Yeah. It's
That was dope.
It was Roberts that
Yeah.
Joffrey gave. Sorry, spoiler alert. My bad. Goddamn.
You're good.
But
You're good.
yeah, the big mysterious dagger that started everything basically.
Yeah, was in the book. So I was like,
That-
oh, that's dope.
That was cool.
That was actually pretty cool. So now, like the next episode, I'm personally my thing I'm waiting for in this season is I'm waiting for Jon Snow and Daenerys to meet up. That's what I'm looking forward to the most in this season. Is like, all right, Jon knows, like, you know, Sam sends the Raven saying that there's dragon glass at Dragonstone, right? Jon jumps on a horse, takes off down there, starts not so much schmoozing with Daenerys, but talking to
It's
Daenerys.
like, "What up, cousin?"
What up, cousin? I don't know you're my cousin, so I'm probably gonna marry you anyway.
Well,
So-
they would have married no matter what.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Even if they're
Bran's
brother and
now
sister.
at the wall, so they're gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be in the north soon enough.
Yeah, he'll be able to tell.
And he'll be like, "Hey, you're
John.
not my brother. You're my cousin."
Yeah. Well, I don't think that really matters in this realm, though. The Targaryens are known for inbreeding anyway. So
Yeah.
Oh, so Daenerys will be like, "Perfect, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
It works out.
It works out. Sweet, bruh. We can get married.
No, I was gonna say I really like the quick stinger of everything that's gonna happen this season. Like first off, Nymeria. Like,
Right.
you see her, so you know, like, she's back.
Right.
I'm interested to see where that goes because it's in the books, right? That like Arya's a warg in the books.
Yeah, like she doesn't brand warg like totally go in.
She has dreams.
She has dreams when she's in Bravos of running in a pack and like leading a pack of wolves.
Right.
So,
and
I hope that happens.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it will happen because, like the rest of the Stark kids, the 3 last ones, who have wolves left because Sansa's stupid, will end up meeting up with their wolves again. And I think there was a little bit of foreshadowing in her meeting up with her wolf with the Walter Frey speech. You leave one wolf, the sheep are never safe.
Yeah.
So I think she's gonna meet up. When she does, that will be fucking epic because then she'll just start murdering everybody.
Oh, because she'll like, oh, and I got a dire wolf. Like,
and
everybody's dead.
And then the next thing is just like I said, Jon Stark, who, by the way, I kind of figured out why they changed the Second Sons leader. What's his name? The guy he broke up with before she left. No, the Daenerys broke up. Dario, right? Dario. So they switched Darios. Remember they switched Darios on everybody during the season? He looks like Jon Snow. And I think there's a reason.
Like, she's going to be like,
Dario,
like, oh my God.
Exactly.
She's
a
like,
humble
I can do
version.
that.
Yeah, exactly. See? Everybody has a type. Everybody has a type, man. I'm just saying.
Well, I hated the recast, so I guess that if that's why, I mean, that makes sense.
There you go. Makes it easier pill to swallow.
What was the other thing? You were gonna say speaking?
Yeah, speaking of like the hard pills to swallow is this Doctor Who bullshit.
Yeah, I know. What did you watch the Capaldi season? I know Cubby doesn't watch Doctor Who.
This is you guys.
You watch it all, Patrick?
I watched some of it. The old Doctor Who wasn't really doing it for me, to tell you the truth.
Capaldi?
Yeah.
See, I loved Tennant. I did not like Smith at all. I really enjoyed Capaldi. I like Capaldi because I didn't mind not having Smith anymore. But I might be the only person who fucking feels like that, but whatever. But anyways, he's done, and Jodie Whittaker is going to be taking over for Peter Capaldi as the Doctor, and Jodie Whittaker is a woman, and this is the first time this has ever happened. It's interesting because way back in the day, what was it, Tom Baker was the Doctor at one point, right? He was Doctor... Oh, fuck. Sorry, everyone who's going to get mad. I don't know this. But he said, whoever takes my place, whether it be he or she, like, he says that. This was in the 80s.
Right.
So they have Jodie Whittaker, who was in Attack the Block, and people lost their goddamn minds over it. And a Murdoch-owned paper from England published nude photos that they found of her, and I guess from other movies she's been in.
That's so fucked up.
Dug into her past to say that she was a stripper or something, and apparently that means you can't be Doctor Who.
Wow.
So I just think that's fucking bullshit. Like
Baker was number 4.
Okay, but yeah, well, Baker in the 80s had a quote saying, like, whatever doctor he or she takes my place, like, I'm sure they'll be great. And it's like, you said that fucking decades ago.
Right.
And all these shitty fanboys are like, I can't relate to a woman, so I have to be mad about it.
how many people can relate to a fucking Time Lord, for crying out loud?
Yeah,
I mean,
Exactly.
you're splitting hairs at that point.
exactly. I mean, come on. I personally, I know, like some of my friends that are like talk to about Doctor Who. They're like, well, it's like ultra feminist and this and that. I'm like, well, I mean, there's been fucking 12 of them, dude. Do you think you can let a woman have a crack at it? I mean,
Yeah. Also, it's a
doesn't-
fucking sci-fi TV show where a dude with two hearts never dies and makes a new body every time. So fuck
Right.
off. Like, you're gonna like, well, you know, I can't do that. Like, they can do whatever the fuck they want because it's television. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, for me, I think it's going to be awesome, personally.
Yeah.
Because now,
He's really good.
yeah, she seems like she's really good. I think she looks the part as far as it goes. Like for a female doctor, she doesn't look over the top. The fact that she's been a stripper, whatever. I don't care. I'm pretty sure the majority of people don't care. Just some pissed off fanboys will.
I bet there's a lot of you that have been strippers.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing as those aren't my Ghostbusters, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's like almost like it's a trend to just shit on women trying to do things, or people trying to put women in the roles of men, or that were formerly of men. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for Ghostbusters, I'll admit I was one of the haters on Ghostbusters originally. This was until I took my daughter to go see it. So originally, because Ghostbusters are very, it holds a special place in my heart as far as it goes for a movie goes, because I went to see that in the theaters and have experienced that whole thing. And I thought the remake was going to be, their kids or something like that. And then when they completely rebooted it with females, I thought they were playing the gender card just to get more audience share. But after I took my daughter, well, I didn't take her to see it. It came on cable, it came on like HBO or some shit like that. And she watched it. She absolutely loved it. And she started saying, I'm whatever Melissa McCarthy's character is, I'm her. I'm like, all right.
That's cool. I mean,
Yeah, that's awesome. It's another generation getting to have that, which
Right.
I guess you can try to make it with the original dudes, but you're going to run into the same problem that Marvel's barely running into right now, where I guess they kind of had this, but Captain America's an 80-year gap difference now, or what? Yeah, like 80 from when he was frozen to now. Like, he makes sense in the sense of like, oh, he was frozen the whole time. But if you still want to include all that back history from the 60s onto now, it just makes everything complicated. And they just want to do something new, someone new. This is a tangent at this point, because Doctor Who is a Time Lord, and that has nothing to do with him.
Right.
But that whole argument of like, they shouldn't be allowed to do it. Just see how it goes.
Right.
Dan Aykroyd's not that funny right now. And Bill Murray does not want to have anything to do with that, probably.
Well, they all made cameos.
Okay,
Like,
that's what I was about to say. I haven't seen it, but I thought I heard that they did cameos.
Yeah, they all did cameos. I guess Dan Aykroyd's come out since and talked some shit about it, which is disappointing. But like, I watched it and it was just like, yeah, I love the Ghostbusters movies, but this isn't a continuation. It's a completely different thing. It's like as if they've never had the Ghostbusters before, and I don't think they were clear on that when they were releasing the movie, because a lot of people were like, so what, they're like women now, or you know what I mean, like it's a whole new thing. And to be honest, like the way they set it up, I kind of wanted to see more, because if you stay through the credits, they have a couple like teases for stuff, and I'm like, well shit, like
yeah
cool now. I mean, yeah, Sigourney Weaver has a cameo, like everybody's in it.
That's cool. I need to watch that.
Yeah, it's really not bad.
Yeah, it was actually halfway decent, and like I said before, if you go into the mindset, if you go into it open-minded to the point where you're like, okay, this is not, this is not your dad's Ghostbusters, fuck them all.
It's literally not your dad's.
Like literally, I just said that, and I was like,
I'm the dad in that sentence.
That's depressing. But yeah, if you go into it that way, you're okay. So I think people just need to get over it. They did the same. Well, they didn't bitch as much with the change in Mary Jane and Homecoming. You know,
That was kind of
actually, they came out and said it's not Mary Jane Watson. Like that's not.
No. I know it's not. I know it's not Mary Jane Watson, but the MJ character.
Well, they said that was just a nod more than anything else. They said they still have plans for Mary Jane.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So it's not Michelle.
No. They said that is not Mary Jane Watson. That's exactly what the director said.
Oh,
man, I'm all torn up about that now. Because that was kind of cool. Like, let's just fucking change the person. Like, keep it MJ, but just change it.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that they're bringing Mary Jane back.
Really?
Yeah, I love Mary Jane Watson.
I'm okay with Mary Jane Watson to a certain extent, but she's like just a little bit over the top for me. I was like,
okay, I'm just gonna say this: once we get a Mary Jane in a Spider-Man movie, guess who all the girls are gonna be cosplaying at? That's all I need.
Pure selfish reasons alone.
Pretty much.
It's all good.
But you know it's gonna work out that way.
So basically, we want a Power Girl in the next DC movie too, right?
That'd be pretty. I can already find that though.
I'm so happy Wonder Woman did well, so you could stop seeing fucking Harley Quinn everywhere. Like,
oh jeez, yes.
I think it was Wizard World here in Vegas. I went and I counted 15 Deadpools and 18 Harley Quinns, and I'm like, guys, get to the point here. You gotta branch out. It's like. Cubby and I listen to this podcast called My Brother and Me. They're going to be in Comic-Con this week, and they literally said, like, if you show up to Comic-Con dressed as Superman, it's like, we get it. Superman's cool. Like, there's nobody else you can dress as.
No, they're like, you shouldn't be allowed in. Or it's something along those lines of like, you lost. You're terrible.
Yeah, like, okay, Superman, nice. That's original.
Yeah, like, can we come in with something else? Like the slutty Harley Quinn, the Deadpool variations, and what was the other one?
If you can do like a Deadpool variant, not just Deadpool, that's cool. Or the black Deadpool suit from X-Force or something along those lines.
That would be tight.
Or when did I see it? I think it's a figure. I don't know. I didn't look into it, but it was like Deadpool, but 90s Jim Lee costume.
Oh,
the blue and yellow X-Men. If you did that, that would be the coolest thing. Like, I would stop and want to take a picture of you. But if you're just Deadpool, no, get out of here.
Rather than just red,
black, and just normal.
No, hey, chimichangas. Like, all right, I fucking get it.
Fucking like the only cosplay I ever wanted to do was Mr. Knight. That was it.
Like the Moon Knight, the Warren Ellis one, the suit.
Because that shit was just so dope.
That was baller as shit. That's a great fucking costume.
It's not quite cosplay, but I'm going to Disneyland in October for my brother's birthday. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking to my girlfriend about Disney bounding as Hawkeye and Hawkeye.
I say do it, dude.
Yeah, no, like, it's easy. I told her, like, look up Kay Bishop. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's easy. I was like, duh, let's do it. So
easy.
Yeah, technically it's Disney.
You can do it casually and no one even fucking know the difference.
That's the best part. That's what I mean. Like, I would do that. I would wear a purple shirt and jeans and it's done.
You're fucking good to go.
Yeah.
Well, I do, we talk about it a lot, but I'm going to try to keep up with you guys here, but I know people are just waiting to talk about the Destiny beta, so.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Have at it.
Where do we start?
I felt like, well, let me take my pants off.
Hold on a second. All right. So, Destiny beta was released, what was that cover? Like Tuesday 10/8.
PS4 pre-orders. Today was Xbox pre-orders.
Oh, nice.
As of recording.
So, I got a chance to play it. Like, I had the event set up on my PlayStation, popped on, and I have to say, I'm digging it myself personally. The story, I'm not so sure about, but we'll see how that plays out. But the mechanics of the game, the way they've made subtle tweaks to the game that I dig. I don't know about you because you play mostly as a hunter or a titan? Or?
I have all three. I have been playing all three. The last couple months, like just kind of winding down on Destiny, getting bored with it. The first one, just been playing my Hunter Titan main. Like Sunbreaker is just too fun still, but with this new stuff, like it's the same Destiny. It's Destiny.
Right.
It's not this giant change that I think people are expecting or hyping themselves up for. It's not that. It's the little tweaks that you would want. There's some added mechanics that make things a little bit better in terms of moving around. There's some stuff that they're taking out because they're putting a little bit more focus in that PvP.
Yep.
Like balancing all that out. So it kind of sucks. Titan skating's kind of gone. The Warlock doesn't seem as fast. Hunter feels great. I think the Hunter hasn't really been touched too much. The golden gun changes are awesome. I don't know if you noticed this, but Arc Strider, it kind of has a little bit of a combo system going.
Yeah.
Where depending on how you do the hits depends on what you do. So it's this. I'm having fun with that. I'm having fun with that.
Yeah, but, I'm having fun with that. But I would say that the Warlocks are actually... The Warlocks have gotten a little bit... You say slower or worse, but I think the Warlocks got that Strife move now.
I haven't been using that.
Oh, dude. That is... It's like having... It's almost like Titan gliding.
Really?
Yeah, so you can bump up your maneuverability and then you can Strife left or right.
So what I've been doing is blinking with the Voidwalker. And I think they hit it like on the nail. Like the sound really awesome, feels really cool. They make it a little more fair for everyone else, so that way when you land, you don't see your HUD, you don't see everything right away. So you can't just jump into the middle of a bunch of people and then figure out where they're at real quick and then get them. You kind of have to know what you're doing, what you're getting yourself into, and it's like that for all the classes in PvE and PvP. So I like that. You have to think about things more and plan it out, and you can just smash, go through, wreck stuff, but you're probably not going to come out of that. You're probably going to be waiting for a resurrection at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
I do like the Titan shield.
Is that the Captain America one? The new guy?
Yeah.
The Sentinel. That's pretty dope. I've got a chance to put. I've been playing around a lot with that one, and then also the little, I call it the Rampage, where you can do the Striker class, and then you can just walk around, and just bash people.
That's been pretty fun. I mainly stuck with the Sentinel, but then I did some strikes as a Striker, and man, that was pretty good. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Did they only add one new class to it, or is there?
They tweaked the classes that are coming from it, like Voidwalker, Striker, and Gunslinger were in Destiny 1, but they're different now. That you can't customize as much, but they have like these specific play styles that you're choosing between. The Sentinel's new Arc Strider, and then they did a Dawnbreaker. You have like a flaming swords that you throw down at people. It's pretty dope. But there's rumors that there's going to be a third subclass pretty much right away. I think it's going to be mission locked. I hope they're all mission locked. I hope you have to actually work for your supers, for your abilities, for all that stuff.
Right.
But who knows?
What about the mods, dude? What do you think of the gun mods?
They don't have much right now, but I'm excited to be able to like choose to change something over. Like, oh, this would be dope if I had it in Arc.
Right.
Got it in Arc.
Right. I think that's all going to be good. I mean, personally, like the PlayStation is doing a number on me right now because now I'm torn between Destiny coming out. Was that October 17th? Is that date?
September 6th.
September 6th.
It's in October for PC.
Okay, so October for PC, but at the same time, like a month later, I've got Gran Turismo Sport coming out, and that's you can ask my wife. I've lost days to that game.
Yeah, no, I've done 24-hour races in Gran Turismo 4. Like,
yeah,
I'm there with you.
So, so I think that was the sole reason why PlayStation has a sleep mode right there, because then you can pop it back on and jump back into your race and not have to worry about that all again. So, I mean, as far as Destiny hype goes, I don't think. I do think, and I don't think that it lived up to the hype. I mean, I do in some ways when it comes to new story, um, new abilities with your subclasses and gun mods, but it's still, like you said, it's still Destiny. It's still the same game. You know,
If
you're
that's
not
what you
gonna.
want, you're gonna be super stoked. Like, have you explored that strike a little bit?
Yeah,
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 how big is that area?
yeah.
Like, I was telling Brandon, it's almost as big as a section of one of the raids, if not one of the full raids. Like, it's almost as long as Crota's End, from end to end. Like, just running and going through it, the amount of stuff you have to do,
Yeah.
it feels like that. Or a big part of Volta Glass, like in a fight and in between walking to another fight.
Have you guys played? Any of you guys played Zero Dawn yet?
I
Yeah,
haven't.
Horizon was amazing.
Yeah. So it feels very much like Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Like as far as the scale goes, as far as the map scale goes, because you watch the videos out there of other people like wandering around the areas in the strike, and you can pretty much go anywhere. You can, granted, it's the beta, so some parts are probably walled off, but
There's right behind the spawn point. You could totally see a wall that's not connected all the way to the bottom, and you can kind of
right,
see that like there's space back there. Like that's just a temporary wall. Like
yeah,
that's probably going to be a Sparrow Way or whatever.
yeah, exactly. So there's going to be a bunch of stuff, and then even when you start the strike and you go off to the right, you see like the is it
The lost sector.
the fallen?
Yeah. If
You
you go
see the
further, there's a lost sector over there that's blocked off.
Yeah, yeah. So that leads to their whole thing they were talking about during E3 about how there's going to be different parts that are going to become available in the map as time goes on. These lost sectors are going to become available, so you have a lot more exploring to do. Like one of the things I really enjoyed about Zero Dawn was the fact that there are so many different areas in that fucking game that you can go to, and the map was just ginormous, and you always felt like you were exploring, you
Yeah.
know. But as opposed to, I just finished playing Andromeda, you know,
Mm.
and that was just like, oh my god, it would like I went from Picasso to crayon, you know, I went from Zero Dawn, which was like this gorgeous game
Beautiful.
and like beautiful game. Then I went to Andromeda. I'm like, really? I've been waiting 6, 7 years for this,
Damn.
you know. So, way to go! And then on top of that, EA is supposed to release their other game. What is it called? Anthem
Anthem.
or Anthem? Yeah. So, I mean, if you did a shitty job on Andromeda, it's like, why would I buy Anthem?
Uh, the Anthem team is the original Mass Effect team, and the Mass
Oh,
Effect Andromeda team is pretty much Bioware B team. Like,
um,
yeah.
so
So
it's a JV team.
yeah, you're totally right to be excited for Anthem. It's probably not going to be for another year and a half though. Like after what they announced, it's definitely going to get delayed.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, that's just too common nowadays. But I hope they take as long as they need because it games in general always turn out better that way. Like Red Dead, did Red Dead get pushed back already?
Red Dead, yeah, I thought that was supposed to be the end of the year. It's
But they
going to
pushed it.
be spring now,
Yeah, exactly.
which will give me time
Gotta
to
do it
fucking
to
catch up on all
everything.
this other bull. Well, because I fell out of everything for a while, but now all the games I was really looking forward to are pushed back to spring, and Spider-Man got pushed back to next year as well. So it's like
Oh shit, did it?
Spider-Man got pushed back. I don't know if it's gonna be spring or summer, but because I said that, it'll probably be fall. Um, and then Far Cry 5's out in was it February?
I think it's February. They
Yeah.
usually
And
come out
then
the beginning of the year.
and then the one we were just talking about that I can't even fucking remember already. Oh, you know what does come out at the end of the year? The next South Park game. I'm gonna play the shit out of that because that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
But
that'd be good.
Which one did we just start this with that I can't remember? Got pushed back. Red Dead. Red Dead will be the next one that I just like, because I do that with Overwatch now, where I just played so much I'm sick of it. Like, that's probably what Red Dead will be, because the first one was fucking incredible.
Yeah, I'll probably end up picking up Overwatch and checking that out, because I have nothing to play right now.
Overwatch is addictive, man.
Overwatch is pretty good. The anniversary event burned me out on that.
Yeah, that's kind of
playing Mayhem constantly burned me out on it, but it was really fun. So whatever.
Yeah. Well, I got burned out because the loot boxes were never like good, and it just pissed me off because I felt like I put a lot of work into it, and I just kept getting duplicate shit.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Well,
yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the Destiny story. I know, Patrick, you weren't, but I think it's in good hands. I think it's going to pull in a lot more people. And it's from that first prologue, basically, that enough had me like, okay, this is going to be pretty awesome, because it's not just going to finish with this. They're going to have more stuff after you finish the campaign. There's going to be a ton of things to do and explore, and like the content's just going to be coming. Sorry, the content's just going to keep coming. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. If anything, Anthem will be out by then, so F it.
Yep.
All right, well, I think that's just going to about do it. You guys got anything else you want to add?
No,
nope.
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for letting us talk again. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all the other Twitter, all that good shit. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast. Greatly appreciated. And we'll see you guys soon. Until then, everybody have a nerdy week.